So I woke up this morning thinking, right, we're going to get some great breaking news for Victor Gyökeres. This is the third Sunday. Hopefully we'll get the here we go, because every Sunday there seems to be some kind of movement going with the Gyökeres deal. But well, the breaking news seems to be that Victor Gyökeres, or should I say, Sporting Lisbon are very close to Man United. Now, we know Man United are a sneaky side anyway, and they're thinking if there's any potential breakthrough or breakdown, should I say, in Arsenal's term with the deal, then we can break through and get Gyökeres because he knows Amorim anyway. If there's any truth in that, and that does eventually happen, then Arsenal cannot be forgiven. If Gyökeres ends up going to Man United, there's going to be a fucking meltdown. It just cannot be forgiven. I can see a lot of Man United fans here now, all over the net, all over everywhere, saying that they want this deal to happen and like, oh my god, OMG, the full lot. Twitter's on a meltdown, I'm telling you. And then if he does end up going to Arsenal, these same fans are going to be like, oh, we didn't want him anyway. So look, the news is that apparently Sporting and Ruben Amorim's Man United are very close to an agreement for Gyökeres. Deal is near the same value as Arsenal's offer, but that move is now in serious doubt. That's a United podcast. Then we got another one. Again, it's the same. Apparently, it's between Man United made a supersonic approach to Sporting and presented figures slightly above those negotiated with Arsenal between 70 and 80 million euros. If this does happen and he ends up going to Arsenal, Man United, what happens at Arsenal? What happens? I've even seen a tweet saying August the 17th, Man United v Arsenal, 1-0. Gyökeres scores for Man United against Arsenal. Like, the humour in that. I mean, mate, if we can't let this happen, maybe it's a negotiation tactic for Sporting, trying to get Arsenal to increase the amount. I think Arsenal have got to just do it now today. They've got to just pay that extra money, because this is anxious times. This is we don't need this right now, mate. Fucking hell. As you can probably tell as well, I have a lot of Man United fans. I think most of my friends, most of my mates support Man United, as you can tell. And if this happens, mate, I'm going to have to probably go ghost for fucking, for about a month. Honestly, there's nothing I can say. You know, doing the Gyökeres celebration and all that lot, the way that Arsenal fans have been acting and believing that he's one of our players, he's a gunner, and the stuff he's done to come to Arsenal and the limits he's pushed, the buttons he's pressed, the sacrifices he's made to come to Arsenal, and then all of a sudden he's going to Manchester. It can't happen. I don't know if everyone's saying it's a reliable source. I've seen it myself on Twitter. They've got like over 1 million followers, so obviously it is a reliable source. I've also seen a picture on someone's TV in Portugal, believe it or not. You know, when you're watching the news and there's a massive breaking news banner that comes up on the bottom of the screen, there's one of them saying breaking, Man United are close on Gyökeres, with a picture of him and a Man United logo. I don't know how authentic that is. But look, there's another one here saying, please say the Gyökeres rumours are true. Another one which says, when great partnerships find their way back together, magic happens, meaning Amorim and Gyökeres. There's some here saying that it's not true. But look, we don't know. The only thing that's going to happen is it's going to set panic amongst the Arsenal fan base. And that's exactly what it's doing. Only Arsenal know whether that's true or not. Maybe they don't know. Maybe Sporting have gone behind the back. Like I said, I've released a couple of videos over the last couple of days about Gyökeres, because me inside, I've got a bad feeling about it. I've said that they've tried to push him to Saudi Arabia. They're showing him the money, and then now the deal's potentially off. Yesterday I posted a video. Now today we're hearing this news. It's all adding up. But I think Arsenal have got to drop the bombshell, offer that extra money, and just close the deal off, signed and sealed. Get him to do his medical over the next 40 hours and send him on the plane to Singapore so he can gel in with his teammates. So what more can I say? I mean, if this does end up happening, And there is a lot of truth behind that. And then we can have a meltdown saying, why have we got a Madueke for 52 million and we've not got Gyökeres, and Madueke becomes our main signing of the summer? Then it will be a disaster. And I said that on my video a few weeks ago. Madueke is a good signing if we end up with Gyökeres and the rest of the guys like Eze. But if Madueke ends up being our summer star signing, then Arsenal can pack the bags and go for a top 4 challenge next season. Because the fact that we couldn't pay an extra 5 million that Man United potentially end up paying, and he ends up being a Man United player and he plays against us his first game of the season, I don't know how we're gonna cope or take that, because we need a centre forward. And if it's Man United who end up taking him from under our nose, honestly, like I said, it just can't be forgiven. But me personally, like I said, I've got a bad feeling about it, but at the same time, I think it's a done deal with Arsenal. There's no way all these journalists have got it this twisted. The likes of Fabrizio, Plettenberg, Ben Jacobs, the lot, every single one of these so-called journalists, Ornstein, every one of them have said it's so close. Just a couple of million being finalised and formalised. So hopefully it's just a rumour, and that's all it will ever be. And then Man United can end up eating their words again, the fans. But look, until it's not been done, until Arsenal haven't agreed, like I said in my couple of videos over the last couple of days, Sporting are trying to get Gyökeres to go elsewhere because they know they can get more money for him. It's just like having your own shop. You don't care who you sell your goods to. If you've got let's say what have you got? What kind of shop have you got? Let's say you've got an entertainment shop and you're selling TVs and PlayStations and Xboxes and speakers and headsets and all that. You don't care who comes in your shop and buys it. You don't care. It's the same here. They're not asked who pays for Gyökeres, but they would want the highest amount. So that's the way it is in the market. Look, if it happens, I'm going to be off. I'm going to be off social media for a few days or a few weeks. I've said it. But if we end up signing Gyökeres, then you're not going to hear the end of me. You're not going to hear the end of me. So I'm going to leave it as that. Hopefully we get a here we go from Fabrizio. Gyökeres to Arsenal, not Gyökeres to Man United. So look, have a good Sunday.